But the main event, what did you think about that? Conor versus Khabib.
Man, like that's what I was telling. I was telling everyone if I had to bet my own money, I'd bet Khabib.
Same.
But there is a way Conor could win, and like going out there, I was like, God, I would love to see Conor pull it off because I love just seeing underdogs and people who are not supposed to win.
Right.
So I was like, fuck, I would love to see Conor win, and I thought he did pretty good. Came out right off the bat, was backing him up. Like obviously couldn't stop his takedowns, but
he stopped five of them in the third round.
Didn't he win the third round?
He did. After getting his ass beat. I'm going to clarify something because I just said I would bet money on Khabib too. I did a post saying I think Conor's going to knock him out in the second round. I got paid to make that post. I didn't really know. In my heart, I'm like, okay, Khabib's probably going to win. Or no, in my head, I was like, Khabib's going to win. In my heart, I'm like, I want to see Conor knock him out in the second. I thought if I kept saying it might happen, but I just seen that fight going that way.
Yeah. Someone who's never lost a fucking round. Like, who knows how much time Conor took off from grappling when he was boxing that year, getting ready for Floyd. And, like, grappling's not something you can be like, oh, okay, I'm going to catch up. I'm going to get 3 weeks, 4 weeks of grappling in. Like, it's a years and years you got to progress in grappling. So I kind of figured that, but I was just still, there was that hope with those little rocks on your hands.
Fucking Khabib dropped Conor. I was like, dude, Khabib's not bad at striking. And Conor leaves his hands down. I wasn't surprised he dropped him at all.
See, I didn't even think about that. But just fucking changed levels a little bit. Conor, you could see Conor react. His front leg pulls back like he's going to sprawl and then gets cracked that overhand right.
Like Chael said, though, Conor did the big things very well as far as defending the takedowns. He did really good. It was the small things. I didn't notice it. Chael was talking about some certain grips and shit like that. But I thought he did very well and gave Khabib his first loss, first round ever.
Yep.
So that was huge. I mean, I guess at the end it's not huge because he got fucking his ass whooped. But
yeah, but John Kavanagh was on Joe Rogan's and he said Conor wants a fight. He wants that back. And if they're smart, they'll take like a week off and then get right to grappling, right to wrestling, and right to jiu-jitsu and like build on it and build up to that next rematch. Because who knows? I'd like to watch a rematch.
I would. I would probably watch that. I'd always watch a Nate Conor. I don't really care too much for Jose Conor. What about you?
No, fuck no. Jose could beat him, which we don't.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like 13 seconds. That doesn't mean who's better.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. I'd watch Tony versus Khabib too. But I don't think Khabib's gonna be fighting much. Right? Weren't you hearing from a bunch of people too that he was gonna retire after this fight?
Oh, I never heard that.
I think Cormier said that.
Fuck.
I think Cormier.
Ferguson versus Khabib. We have to see that because Tony is not gonna slow down at all.
Well, they've tried to fight. They've been set up like 3 times. That's the problem.
I hope that happens. That Tony's a fucking mauler. I was texting the boys the other day. I was like, imagine Benson versus Tony. Like healthy Benson, healthy Tony. They both have gas tanks that don't run out. Man, but that everyone's going nuts about that whole Khabib thing, jumping out of the cage and stuff. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck do you expect? You're bringing there's kids in the crowd. You're bringing kids in the crowd to pretty much a gang fight. This is what this is. That's Russia versus Ireland. They're talking all this shit. Don't bring your kids to that kind of event. Or if you do, don't bring them cage side for sure because there's a madness going on. Like, everyone's like, oh my God, it's so bad for the sport. Wow, how embarrassing. It's like, shut the fuck up. These guys are trying to knock each other's fucking head off. They're trying to take each other's money. They're trying to embarrass each other in front of, like, their countries. There's so much shit going on. And then I don't know. It's not that big of a deal.
But also, UFC wanted to be like the NFL, NBA. You can't have that.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a setback to the sport in a way. It depends. It's all perspective how you look at it. You should be able to bring your kids to an event. It's still an entertainment thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely both ways.
How many fights have there been in the NFL? Fucking brawls, team versus team.
I watched last night a boxing. I was listening to Ariel Helwani on his thing talking about the worst boxing brawl ever. So I YouTubed it. It was Andrew Gallardo versus some other guy. And that brawl was insane. The whole it was nuts. It was like a 10-minute brawl, and it just like moved everywhere. It was nuts. And then I actually watched him fight Mike Tyson, and he straight quit in the third after the third round. He got dropped, and he straight up quit. Didn't answer the bell. His coach trying to put his mouth guard, and he left. After he got dropped by Tyson, he's like,
Damn, that's crazy. But even in baseball, how many baseball scraps are there? Did it ruin the sport?
Right.
Oh my God, we're not bringing our kids a baseball game because another team, they got in a fight with the other team, and it was just not.
But
like,
it wasn't in the crowd. But there's been basketball. NBA's had fights in the crowd like that. Soccer has. Every sport has.
That's got to be the fucking sweetest picture, though. Khabib just trying to stomp Dylan Dennis.
That was a fucking tight picture. That dude that punched Conors, they jumped in the cage. That was pretty fucked up. That was probably the most fucked up thing of them all.
Yeah, it was just like, it just reminded me of a fucking street fight.
Because what if he would have dropped Conor and knocked him out and like did some serious damage?
He could have broke his fucking orbital and made him blind.
Yeah, could have.
Those punches from behind can really fuck you up. You don't see him coming.
Especially after just fighting for 20 minutes and getting an ass whooping and getting dropped.
I was like, oh shit. But just like I was saying in that tweet, like, Khabib could have broke Conor's neck. 100% he could have broke Conor's neck. The way he had that neck crank, the way he was cranking in with his hips, his legs, and everything, he wasn't going to let go. And that was going to break his spine. And Herb Dean literally pulled his hands off the choke perfectly.
Good ref.
That could have been a lot worse. I was hoping Khabib wouldn't snatch up that Kimura he was searching for because I knew he was going to tear that fucker off too. I was like, oh shit.
Conor defended well. Conor was very impressive, I felt like.
I thought he looked good.
I watched it live. I'm like, God, Conor getting his ass whooped. And then I watched it back. I'm like, he did pretty good.
Yeah. What was it, the second round when he was taking all that damage?
That's when he got dropped, yeah. And then took the damage, yeah.
Oof, man, Khabib was fucking throwing some heavy shots. But that was emptying his tank. It really was.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That was sweet.
God, being there made me want to fight so fucking bad. Like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get suspended. It's going to be okay. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to train. I'm going to get better. But then being there, I'm like, fuck, I want to fight so bad. Just seeing the Ireland crowd just go, like, that's what I want. I want to sell out arenas like that.